When you ask about my policies, we made them very straightforward. It's not like, when I get into president, I'm going to do this for you. You know what I'm going to do when I'm president? I'm going to do like this, lives with you. Because the reality is the presidency is corrupt. The legislature is corrupt. The judiciary is corrupt. What can I do? I can use that megaphone as a vehicle to reach 8 billion people. And let me tell you what we're doing here. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., we have a town hall. What do we do in our town hall? Our town hall is not about bamboozling people and say, vote for me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. Our town halls are much simpler. We're going to actually offer you solutions here and now. Between now and 2024, we're actually going to help you. So what are those solutions? Let me walk you through them. We've hit healthcare, environment, education, innovation, governance, and economy. What is my healthcare policy? Strengthen your immune system. Government ain't going to do jack for you, but you can strengthen your immune system. And you don't need a lot of money. Why? Because Dr. Shiva will teach you how to do that, which is what I taught in 2020. You'll know the immune system better than any Harvard immunologist. I've done that for people. I'm going to tell you what foods support your immune system. Activities, sunshine, community. I went to Sardinia. I was invited. I went on a scientific trip. Sardinians live the oldest in the world per capita. And the number one reason is not food. It's not because they exercise. Number one reason is they have community. They have close friendship, really close friendships. They can trust people. It's not like they have people who say one thing and then tell you got to be vaccinated when you come to my home. They have people whose words match their deeds. Trust. So it is community. Number two was they all ate some fermented foods, which support your gut microbiome. Three, they do vigorous activity. They're walking 15 miles a day, up and down hills. The woman I stayed with, she's 60 something. Her father is 85 and he's climbing up trees, man. You don't need government for that. I can teach anyone this. And you don't need to be taking steroid injections. That's what Kennedy's teaching our kids. Testosterone replacement therapy is legal steroids. It's going to become $250 billion business by 2029. The mRNA vax is going to be $114 billion business by 2029. Not only is he promoting safe vaccines, he's going to take this government bureaucracy and create safe vaccines, which means they're going to create more bureaucracy, like his uncle did with the vaccine courts. This guy's a bastard, but he's taking TRT shots. Mark my words, write this down. In the next 10 years, all these men getting legal steroids, they're going to have all sorts of problems. And it's as bad as getting off drugs, the addiction phenomenon. And that's what Kennedy's promoting. That's a big pharma, multi-billion-dollar industry, $250 billion industry. We don't need that. The reason men's testosterone levels are dropping, some very fundamental reasons: nutrition, lack of exercise. There's certain powerful exercises that boost your testosterone. That's what we teach people. So what is my healthcare policy? Boost your immune system. Do you need me to get into office to do that? Yeah, if I get in, I'm going to be able to reach more people, but I'm not going to wait. So that's what we do.
Can you do one more on that?
Let's go to environment. If you look at the environment, the soil is destroyed in this country. Factory farming. We teach people how to eat local and healthy. I actually lay out a budget. I teach people what are genetically engineered foods. I did a movie produced by Pierce Brosnan. Pierce is one of the few people in Hollywood who actually can act. Actually came from a very similar background to me. Their movie, which I was a main scientist and showed what's going on the island of Kauai. But the entire local farming system decentralizes the future. It's a bougie thing to think you have to go eat locally, but we educate people how to put a budget, how to go locally, how to support your local farmers. I'll give you another one. Education has to be decentralized, but the right education, Osiris, the right education is system science. So what have I done? I try to give away my entire systems course, try to give it away. It's a teacher at MIT. People paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. I give it away. No one wanted it. So we tell people, donate me $100, then I give it to you as an adult. But then if you get it as an adult, you can give it away to as many kids as you want free. I went back to my village in India and I gave it away to 1,500 kids. So system science, what is that? It is about what the elites learn at places like MIT. So I've taken 30 years of MIT knowledge and I could teach any 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old. That's what we do. Systems thinking. We don't have to wait, but that's the knowledge. You don't need the Department of Education for that. I can teach that right now. And we are teaching that. So we're not waiting. Let me give you another example. Innovation. I have a book here. It's called The 7 Secrets of Innovation. Why was I able to innovate as a 14-year-old kid? It wasn't the military industrial academic complex. I wrote a little book, The 7 Secrets of Innovation. What is those secrets? Number 1, find a mentor. Number 2, find an actual problem. Number 3, get a customer. You can apply this anywhere. That's innovation. We don't need to go create Silicon Valley and all this bullshit. I've been through that journey. This is from my own life. It's from the boy who invented email. And where did email come from? It came from a loving family, a bunch of school teachers who cared enough to change the rules so I could travel to Newark, and a mentor who gave me infrastructure. How much did I get paid? $1.25 an hour, and I got some free food in the cafeteria. My comrades in that were those women, those secretaries. I wrote all those features, and they were my customers. That's why when my stuff went to the Smithsonian, MIT was pissed that I did invent email before I came to MIT. I didn't need your MIT degrees, but I took them. You know why I got all those degrees? Because one day I wanted to say you. The reason I put MIT, PhD, and inventor of email is all the liberal white elites get really upset. They don't know what to do with me. They wanted me to be in their box. So that's our innovation policy. Let's go to the next policy. Governance. How do you be a leader in your committee? I used to teach at the Sloan School of Management. You don't have to pay $350,000. You come to this, I'll teach you the fundamental principles of how you can become a great leader. And then economy. I teach people what is a profit and loss statement. I teach people what is a cash flow statement. Most entrepreneurs don't even know the difference between a cash flow statement, a profit and loss statement, and a balance sheet. Most CEOs don't. You understand that. You start realizing why savings are important, why you shouldn't be going and buying Dolce & Gabbana shirts. Right when people got all their subsidy checks in New Jersey, all these poor people are buying Louis Vuitton bags. What are you doing? A immigrant like my father comes with $75 and buys a home in a few years, being paid a third of his white counterparts. How is he able to do that? Frugality, working hard. We have to teach these principles. You don't need government for all this. We need people to become resilient, and we need people to collectively organize. It's about education, Osiris. Education is the revolution. My great-grandfather, who I remember well, was a slave. He went to Burma. He had nothing, made something, came back to India with nothing. But if any child in the village wanted a book, he would work harder, freaking do whatever it took to get that kid a book. Everything I've put together is education. That's why I will go on the streets and I will distribute this flyer. You will see me at 6 a.m. doing that. That's a campaign. So to everyone out there, we have the solutions, we have the movement, we have the scientific theory, truthfreedomhealth.com, and we have a campaign. So what is this? One of these bumper stickers. Why is this important? You can put this on the back windshield of your car, and it doesn't matter what Joe Rogan does or doesn't do. 100,000 people will see this thing every day. You do that for 300 days, you get 30 million views. More views than you can get on Musk or Zuckerberg's social media, period. You go hand out flyers to people. You'll start meeting your neighbors. You'll have conversations with them. And that's what I've been doing all my life. You'll see a picture of me burning the South African flag on the steps of MIT. I organized the biggest anti-apartheid protest at that time in the United States. I've been doing this shit all my life, man. It's not like I decided, oh, let me go fly some Falcons today. So there's me at my PhD graduation. I ran a protest for US out of Iraq when it was unpopular. 10,000 people booed me and the others gave me a standing ovation. Here's me organizing the food service workers, blacks and whites. MIT wasn't even giving me a good wage. So this thing is not something I just decided to do. It's been my life. Those people want to help Osiris. We made it simple because we all work for a living. Get a bumper sticker, get a flyer, go to shivaforpresident.com, volunteer. We want to get on the ballot in every state. I'm also going to make history because a naturalized citizen people think is not supposed to be able to run for office. The 14th Amendment, the Equal Protection Clause, changed that. So we're going to have to educate all these secretaries of state. Oh, you can't run for office. You weren't born here. Idiot. You didn't read the 14th Amendment, which says naturalized citizen and natural born citizen are the same, which abrogated Article 2, Section 1, Clause 5.
And you have a lawsuit on that.
I'll represent myself. We're not bringing any more lawyers in because they normally sell you out. So I do a lot of work, man. Our volunteers do a lot of work. We have about 400,000 people all over the world right now. So you don't have to choose the lesser of two evils unless you want to go in this direction. If you're an adult listening to this and you go, I think I'm going to vote for the lesser of two evils. That means you are saying my daughter or my son is going to live less than me. I'm okay with that. We need a systems overhaul, man. I'm the person to do it. You're the person to do it. We are the people to do it. They're not going to do shit. They don't want a systems overhaul. They want you to select a nut job like Kennedy, who is saying that he wants to butcher all the Palestinians. It's a Zionist, hoodlum, racist. There's a difference between Zionism, racism, Judaism, and Israel. We need to educate people on that.
Excellent.
Go to shivaforpresident.com. Get a flyer. Get a bumper sticker. Volunteer. shivaforpresident.com. truthfreedomhealth.com.